So I recently made an interesting purchase. I bought this. If you don't know what that is, it goes by a lot of different names: dolly, hand cart, thingamajigger, movie wheelie bugger. But the basic point is it lets you roll around very heavy stuff. What kind of heavy stuff, you ask? Well, stuff like this. I got this for an absolute steal on the internal used email list, and now I have something to watch Batman on. I've also got a nice little video all about my accessory for the TV, so click here to watch that now. Moving on. But that was not the primary reason I bought this. The primary reason I bought this was to bring that into the apartment. This is the new washer-dryer combo we bought. The full story on this is that I had actually ordered one from Lowe's about a month ago, but it was on back order for a month, which I knew up front. But then I got a call saying, no, it's going to be on back order another month. And 2 months was too many months to deal with back ordering. So I got online, found a different place that sold it for actually like $150 cheaper, and here it is. The reason I bought that to bring this into the apartment is that the shipping company wanted to charge $179 to bring that, that from downstairs where the truck dropped it off up to the apartment. $179. That was $55 at Home Depot, and considering it's already helped me bring that into the apartment, it was essentially free to bring this into the apartment. So I saved $120 by buying a hand cart and rolling it up here myself. They were actually supposed to deliver this between 8 a.m. and 12 noon. Didn't show up until closer to 1. But it actually went very well. I got it on the handcart, rolled it up the sidewalk, into the elevator, upstairs, down the hallway, and into the apartment. And now I get to try to put that back there. Way back there, where all the hookups are. Which means I have to find a way to pull it through that little opening, past the oven, past the fridge, through the main door, from where it is now. It will be interesting. I also need to unpack it, which is probably what I'm going to show you next. And now, it's time to install. Let's see what it looks like. It appears to be a box inside a box with a sheet of paper. I would just like to point out that there's no actual box, it's just cardboard sitting on top of things. I think that's interesting. I don't actually know how to get off that, which is going to be an interesting problem to solve. But considering all the other problems that are going to happen getting this thing in place, very, very minor. And now, like any good home installer, I'm going to read the manual. So apparently the unit includes 3 transportation bolts that I need to get to. And to get to them, you actually need to remove the back panel. So that's what we're going to do next. Guess I'm not 100% sure why a transportation bolt is necessary, but I will trust the washer manufacturers to know that better than I. Here's the guts of it. Guts. Alright, let's find out where these transportation bolts live. Oh, I see. They actually secure the drum in place. I guess that kind of makes sense. That is an impressive transportation bolt. And there are 3 of them. So, okay. This drain hose out of the way. This might take a little while, so sounds like a good place for a jump cut. Okay, back early from the jump cut because I just need to share. The bolt down here and the bolt down here, very easy to get out with a crescent wrench. However, the bolt up here, inside like this metal bracket thing, very much designed for a socket wrench. And my socket says in Minnesota. So this is going to take a while. And the washer has already drawn blood. I scraped up my knuckle pretty good on it. Rawr, gross, disgusting. But the bolt is out. Now I get to plug the holes with the plastic bits, put the back plate back on, then we can try to actually cram it in there and get it hooked up. Whew. Boy, I tell you, owning a washer is hard work. Okay, bolts are removed. Little plastic plugs are put in their place. Got the water hoses hooked up. Back panel's back on. We are ready to move this sucker into position, get hooked up, and see what happens. That is right after I take care of my little boo-boo. So, some first aid on that. Apparently you're also supposed to remove the metal bracket that comes on the back of it that was like right there. And so, yeah, that's good to know. But now I have to find a place to store a metal bracket and 3 transportation bolts for when we eventually move this thing. But yes, moving into position is coming up next. Stay tuned, folks! And now for the most challenging part of this whole thing, actually getting it in place. I've had to make a few modifications to the kitchen, namely removing the drawer from the bottom of the oven and removing the door from the oven. But that should give me just barely enough room to squiggle in here, zip past the oven, and get it tucked in next to the water hookup, power hookup, and drain. So yeah, let's see how well that goes. That went way better than I was expecting. Kind of worries me, because like that was the big problem point of the project. You know how every project has like one point where you're just like, oh no, that's never going to work? Or is that just me? Anyway, so that was my big problem point, and it went really smoothly, so now I'm worried about like hooking it up and it's going to explode or something. But yeah, could be a lot worse. Moment of truth. It is installed. I put clothes in it. It's hooked up. It's got power. I think it's time to give it a shot. I'm kind of scared, like I don't want it to explode or spray water everywhere, but that fear is probably not going to go away until it actually works once, so I might as well just get over with and see what happens. I've got my detergent all set to go. Got my quarters for the... Oh wait, yeah! Get out of here, quarters. Alright, let's turn it on here. Boop. Let's see, let's try synthetic. I wish to include drying, temperature, warm, cold. One problem with that, yeah, if you can tell me which one's hot and which one's cold, I'm welcome to hear comments. I figure cold, hot, like every other, you know, water hookup on the planet, but we'll see what happens. So, mixed. Full time with dry is about 3 hours, so let's see what happens. Dun dun dun! I'm scared. Oh. Hi, face. Ah! Well, it appears to be making water sounds. Make sure we don't have any leaks back here. No, that's okay. No leaks up there, it doesn't look like. Closed. Basically, I'm going to let it get to the point where there's water in it, and then we'll consider it a victory. I can hear the water. I know it's doing stuff. But where's the water? Water, hello! Alright, well, I'll watch this because I'm sure you don't need to sit around and watch it with me. And I'll report back on success or failure. How's that sound? Although I make it sound like, you know, there will be some time delay, but considering that this is a video and I'm editing, we'll just all kind of happen magically all at once. Yeah, so jump cut. Woo! Yeah, so I was just chilling out, waiting for the cycle to end, and apparently it makes a noise very much like a doo-dee-dee-doo-doo-dee-doo-doo-doo-doo, like a very, not just a beep, not just a buzz, like an actual jingle. But anyway, more importantly, the cycle is done. And now I think I mentioned this at some point, but I'll just reiterate. We bought what I like to call the Black Magic Machine or Dark Magic Machine. It's a washer that is also a dryer. So the clothes have been washed and dried, and the full process took about 3 hours, give or take, which kind of on the long end, but you know, that's okay. As you can see, we are now ended, and I'm going to pop it open and see how the clothes feel. One of the main complaints is that, well, okay, so one of the main complaints online, which, grain of salt, is that the clothes come out feeling a little bit damp still. So, I want you to see my reaction as I fiddle about with the clothes. So, get you set up here. Okay, you're a little, but that's alright. No, it's not. I'm a little bit crazy. Must fix. Okay, better. Here we go. Reaction time. Ooh. No, that's not bad at all. They're warm with just a little, like, yeah, so you can feel moisture, but it's like warm moisture. So I think that as soon as I like hang up my shirts and throw them in a pile for a few minutes, they'll be fantastic. So we'll turn this bad boy off. I consider it a complete and total win. Nothing is flooded. My clothes appear to be clean. Smell better than when they went in. It is victorious. We now have a washer-dryer crazy combo in the apartment. And that is the end of this video. Finally. Okay. Point being, if it comes in that, I don't know which is the front, the back, or the sides, and I used a hand card on it, it will probably not work.